have undergone and continue to undergo. And one of the key principles, the key pillars of being able to overcome this hurt is the reclaiming of our history, the reclaiming of our culture, the reclaiming of Africa. Malcolm was very, very fond of saying that, one of the things that is going to help us is reaching out and reclaiming African history, African pride, African dignity, African integrity. And we've been a people for too long who have been made to be shamed of who and what we are, who have been made to be shamed of the origins from whence we come, who have been made to be shamed of how we look, who have been made to be shamed of the texture of our hair, who have been made to be shamed the color of our skin, who have been made to be shamed the culture that we've produced, the names that we've given to the world, the music, the life, the breath that is Africa. So in this, as Sister Ruby sung from the immortal Bob Marley, in this redemptive era, we now place great, unyielding focus and emphasis on our culture. Our culture is our last bastion that's going to provide the armor with which we shield and protect ourselves from the blows that the enemy continuously seek to rain down on us. And it's also going to provide the spear with which we pierce without pity nor mercy the heart, the lungs, the organs of those forces, material and immaterial, spiritual and physical, which seek to oppress and keep our people in a state of misery, in a state of oppression, in a state of drudgery, barring us from realizing our full African human potential, barring us from realizing the dignity that is African people, the respect that is African people, having us out here acting like all manner of cultureless beings. So the only way we can resolve this, the only way we can rehabilitate our culture is to fight. And it is physically, ideologically, spiritually, on all fronts. And the fight is going to be based on, it's from our culture that the fight is going to come. So we're fighting for our culture and we're fighting from our culture. The only way that we're going to resolve the contradiction between freedom and oppression is through revolutionary struggle. And revolutionary struggle is not a feel, it's not an emotion, it's not something that we can put on and take off. Revolutionary struggle has to call for a reckoning of values, has to call for a transformation of principles. In the first instance, it must call for the creation of new women and new men who have completely severed themselves for the love, for the admiration, for the yearning of anything attached and connected to the values, aspirations, and principles of the oppressor. It's only when these conditions are met that we'll put ourselves back on the path of giving back to Africa and her beloved scattered children her dignity, her freedom. And to that cause, we must be prepared to not just die, but to live for that cause, to sacrifice for that cause. If you love your people, if you love your family, you'll work for your family. If you love your family, you'll sacrifice for your family. If you love your people, you'll work for your people. If you love your people, you'll sacrifice for your people. So, the path ahead of us is one in which filled with thorns and thistles, but one over which we are certain to traverse.